today we'll perform physics experiment. Here the aim of the experiment is to trace the path of a ray of light passing through a rectangular slab for different angles of incidence. And then we'll measure the angle of incidence, angle of refraction, angle of emergence, and then we'll interpret the result. Also we'll measure here the lateral displacement. In this experiment, the materials required are drawing board, drawing pins, plane sheets, a rectangular slab, and geometry instrument and some sharp pointed pins. So here we have a glass slab. I have a pencil. Also we have some pins which are pointed pins which we'll use to mark the points, and we have some scale and a protector to measure the angle. So here first of all we'll make an outline of the glass slab using the pencil. So we have made the outline. Now we can name it as A, B, C, D. So this is A, here it is B, this point is C, and this we can name as D. Now here we'll make a normal on the line AB. So I'll make a normal using the scale here. And we can name this normal as MN. Now I'll make an angle of incidence which will be equal to 30 degree. So here I'll make an angle of 30 degree. And now we'll join it by this scale. And this will mark as 30 degree. This is angle of incidence. Okay. Now I'll place two pins on this line of incidence or ray of incidence here. One pin is here. We have to make sure that the distance between the two pins should be minimum 3 or 4 centimeter, or maybe 5 you can take. So here I'll make two holes and these are in straight line. Then we'll keep the glass slab again on the outline which we have drawn. Now we'll see through the glass slab and place another two pins collinear to the previously placed pins. Okay. Now I'll place another pin. Now we can see, as we are seeing through the glass slab, as these four pins are collinear or lying in a straight line. Now we'll remove the glass slab and also the pins. You can circle these 2 points where we have placed the pins so that it can be clearly visible. Now taking these 2 points, we'll make a straight line touching the line CD. So this is the straight line. Okay, and then we'll make a normal here. So this will be our normal and we'll name it as M dash N dash. Now we'll extend the incident ray. I'm making a dotted line so that we don't get confused by it. And also we'll make a refracted ray here. We'll just draw the two normals. Just join the two normals, and this will be our refracted ray. And this is our angle of refraction. We'll name it as R. And this is our angle of emergence. This will be our angle of emergence. We'll measure it by the protector and we'll see what we are getting. So now we'll measure the angle here. I'll keep the protector on the normal and I'll see what angle I'm getting. So it is coming approximately around 31 degree. So this 1 degree error can be there. So this angle of emergence here I'm getting 31 degree. It can be due to human error or some parallax or anything. So our incident angle was 30 degree and our emergent angle is 31 degree. And also we'll measure the lateral displacement. The lateral displacement is the distance by which this incident ray has shifted. So this incident ray has shifted a distance of, I'll measure the distance, it is coming around 1.3 centimeter. So this distance is 1.3 centimeter. I'm getting here this as 1.3 centimeter. So this lateral displacement is 1.3 centimeter. Okay. Now we'll measure this angle of refraction. And it is coming out to be 19 degree. So this angle of refraction I'm getting is 19 degree. So we'll make an observation table here. In this table we'll write angle of incidence, angle of refraction, angle of emergence, and here E minus I. You can also write I minus E. I'm getting angle of emergence more than angle of incidence, so I have written is E minus I. So here the angle of incidence was 30 degree and corresponding to it I'm getting an angle of refraction which is 19 degree, and I have measured an angle of emergence which is 31 degree, and here the difference of these two angles is 1 degree. You can also add a column here of lateral displacement. Here we can also write lateral displacement, and this lateral displacement is coming out to be 1.3 centimeter in this case. Now you have to repeat the same procedure for angle of incidence 45 degree and also for the angle of the incidence of 60 degree. Okay, then we'll write the result, and here the result of this experiment will be at the point of incidence, the incident ray, refracted ray and the normal of the air glass interface all lie in the same plane, and angle of incidence and angle of emergence are nearly equal. Also we are seeing that emergent ray is laterally displaced, and we can say that this angle of incidence and angle of emergence are nearly equal. And you'll also observe that as you increase the angle of incidence, the angle of refraction will also increase. So if you will plot for the angle 45 degree and 60 degree, you will see that the angle of refraction will also increase. Okay, now for the precautions, here you have to take a drawing board which should be of soft wood, and also the glass slab should be clean and it should be free of air bubbles, and the pin should be fixed in the vertical plane. I mean, the pins we have placed should be vertically placed. And while seeing the pins, your eye should be perfectly aligned according to the pins in a straight line. Okay, and one more precaution, that the angle of incidence must lie between 30 degree and 60 degree. So this is our final experiment.